Every single day, right beneath our feet, there's this massive, unseen world that's constantly at work, keeping our cities clean and safe. And this whole hidden system, it runs on some seriously powerful machinery. At the very heart of it all are wastewater pumps. So today, we're going to pull back that manhole cover and take a look at what it really takes to move the stuff that nobody else wants to touch. All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to start by looking at the wastewater itself. Why it's so tricky to deal with. Then we'll get into a little bit of physics with something called head pressure. After that, we'll meet the two main families of pumps, the big workhorses and the precision specialists. And finally, we'll look at the absolutely crucial human element that keeps this entire system from, well, grinding to a halt.
Okay, so first things first, we can't even begin to talk about the pumps until we understand the problem they're actually built to solve. And the challenge really is that wastewater is so much more than just water.
I mean, think about it. It's such a simple action, right? Something we all do every day without even a second thought. But that single flush kicks off this incredible journey through miles and miles of pipes. And where gravity can't do the job on its own, we need a really serious mechanical push.
And here's exactly why. The stuff flowing through those pipes, it isn't clean water. It's a slurry. It's packed with everything from organic solids to, rags and all kinds of other debris that can clog up and completely destroy a pump. And if a pump fails, the consequences are immediate. We're talking overflows, serious environmental damage, and just massive fines for the utility. The stakes are incredibly high. So, to really appreciate how these pumps work, we first need to understand the fundamental force they're all fighting against 24/7. It's a concept called head. To put it simply, total head is basically the total amount of work a pump has to do to get the job done. It's a combination of literally lifting the water up and pushing it through all the friction inside the pipes. You could almost think of it as the pump's ultimate adversary.
And this total effort breaks down into two main parts. It's like every pump is fighting two battles at the exact same time, one against gravity and one against friction.
Static head is the easy one to picture. It's just the physical hill the water needs to climb, the vertical distance you have to lift it. Friction head, though, that's all the resistance the water feels on its journey. The pipe walls, the bends, the valves, they all push back. And what's really key here is that friction isn't a straight line. The faster you try to pump, the resistance actually gets stronger exponentially. It pushes back harder and harder.
All right, now that we get the enemy head pressure, let's meet the champions that fight it. We're going to start with the most common type, the powerful workhorses of the system. These are called velocity pumps.
The magic of a velocity pump happens right here, with this thing called an impeller. The best way to think of it is like a spinning sprinkler head. As it rotates at super high speed, it grabs the water in the middle and literally flings it outward using centrifugal force. That action creates a vacuum that pulls more water in, and it's what generates the powerful flow that moves millions of gallons a day. Now, these centrifugal pumps are the go-to for a reason. They can move just enormous volumes of water. We're talking up to 50,000 gallons per minute, and they're relatively cheap. But they have one huge weakness. Their flow rate is completely dependent on pressure. As that head pressure goes up, their flow goes down. They've got a sweet spot, and if you operate them outside of it, they get really inefficient and vulnerable to damage.
Okay, so velocity pumps bring the raw power, the brute force. But what happens when you don't need power, but what you really need is absolute precision? Well, that's where the second family of pumps comes in, the specialists.
For example, think about adding treatment chemicals into the water. You can't just blast them in there. You need to dose a very specific, consistent amount over and over, no matter what the system pressure is doing. A centrifugal pump, well, it just can't do that reliably. You need a different tool for that job.
And this slide just lays out the core difference perfectly. A positive displacement pump physically traps a fixed amount of fluid and then forces it out. So with every single rotation or stroke, it moves the exact same volume. It honestly doesn't care what the back pressure is, it just pushes. It's the difference between a fire hose and a medical syringe. One is all about power, the other is all about precision. So we've got our pumps, the workhorses and the specialists. But here's the thing, these machines don't run themselves, not even close. They require constant attention from skilled operators just to stay alive and keep our water flowing. Just look at this startup sequence. It is incredibly specific, and for a very good reason. If you start a huge centrifugal pump with that discharge valve wide open, you can create this massive pressure surge. It's called a water hammer, and it can literally break pipes and destroy equipment. The whole process is this careful dance of building up speed before you slowly release all that pressure.
You know, maintenance isn't just about what's on a schedule. It's a daily, sensory experience. A good operator uses their eyes, their ears, and even their sense of touch and smell to figure out what's going on with a pump. They know that a small drip from the packing is actually a good thing. It means it's being lubricated. They know the unique sound and feel of a machine that's running happy and healthy.
I absolutely love this quote because it really personifies the equipment. It's like the pumps are communicating. A change in vibration, a new sound, a bearing that's running a little too hot. These aren't just mechanical problems. They are calls for help that only a trained, experienced operator can understand and respond to.
And one of the most destructive things an operator is always listening for is this: cavitation. It happens when the pressure on the suction side of the pump drops way too low. This causes these tiny little vapor bubbles to form, and then they violently implode against the impeller. It literally sounds like you're pumping a bunch of gravel, and it just eats away at the metal, destroying the pump's efficiency from the inside out. So the next time you turn on a faucet or flush a toilet, just take a second to remember this hidden world. It is a complex, powerful, and surprisingly delicate system of machines and people all working together. They are the unsung heroes making sure our cities actually function, constantly fighting against pressure and friction and decay. They can't ever stop, because if these machines go silent, so does our world.